Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Merry Christmas to all. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I'm in agreement with you that it's going to be a great one, and we're going to get it off started just fine. Forgive the greasy face. I'm still doing the skin treatment as I always do. It's starting to fade a little bit. We're getting there. But anyway, I wanted to just get on here and do a therapy session video because really I haven't done one in a couple days. There's nothing particularly pressing going on. I just felt like to keep this thing going, to check in with you guys, and also just, document the moment. Be a pretty good idea to just turn it on, see what happens. So honestly, I have no complaints. I don't feel any anxiety. I don't feel anything at all. It's Christmas Day. I feel good. As I've told you guys in my previous therapy session, that I've been paying a great close attention to my visual arts stuff, doing little doodles and stuff like that with my colors and pictures and stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, probably over 97 and 98 was the last I checked pieces that I've done this week of art. Like I've literally thrown my whole self at it like I would anything else, and found a lot of good stuff there that I've made, that I've enjoyed making for myself. Various just designs that come off the top of my head, and some of them are really good, others aren't so good. I found a style that I like to use in terms of like scribbling. I got a little style because I'm not an artist, not a real one as it pertains to being able to doodle your face or something like that. I don't do that kind of stuff. So my thing is more so scribbling a bunch of stuff, doing colors and things like that. For example, something like this. You know what I mean? That's my initials. You can't see it because it's backwards, obviously, but that's the kind of stuff I've been doing to just get the creative juices out. And I think I burned myself out of it a little bit, to be honest with you. I think I kind of got to a point where I was like, all right, let me relax a little bit. But I've been doing some every day. So as to where I started off, the first day I did like 20, second day I did like 18. Then I started to gradually get less and less. I think yesterday I did about 6 or something like that. So, I've kind of calmed it down a little bit. I want to get back into my musical playlist stuff that I always do. I haven't touched the playlist in over a week and a half because I've turned my attention to this. And not only that, but no new music has come out. So I just haven't been in a rush to kind of go that route. But all in all, I think that's what it is. It's just trying to find now the balance between all these different passions that are just starting to pop up in terms of this, my channel, trying to keep up with you guys. I want to talk Lakers, but it ain't much to really discuss in that regard with the team struggling and all of that. So, my playlist thing, I love it. I love doing it, but it's gotten to a point where, I've turned my attention to the real art, the actual visual art stuff, and found some new passion in that. So I think for me, it's about finding that balance. It's like, okay, now let's get back to paying attention to the other two because those are important as well, that kind of thing. But it's like a kid with a brand new toy. You don't want to put it down until you get to a point where you've had enough. So yeah, that's what it is for me. I'm just loving this aspect of what I'm doing. So that's one aspect of things. The another aspect is, obviously my financial situation is as it is. I've been dealing with it since I got my car back. I've been kind of running on a budget that doesn't really exist. But at the same time, I have my investments and they're in place, and I'm just trying to stay disciplined and holding them as long as they can be held and see what happens. Obviously, I've talked to you guys about my AMC, but I also got Doggle on Mars, a nice little position in Doggle on Mars, which is a coin. It's like a meme coin, but it has some utility to it. It's starting to have some real growth over these last couple days. It's been a very good 2 or 3 days for this thing. I think it's risen like 50%. So I didn't average in properly, kind of bought at the top, that kind of thing, bought everywhere. So my profit in regards to my position isn't as substantial as it could have been if I would have been a lot more smart about it. But all in all, it's good to have a nice position in that. And if it takes off, that will help me tremendously in looking at the numbers that they're dreaming about in terms of like where we think it can go in 3-5 years. That's definitely something that can help me. It's early, so when you get in substantially on something early, the potential for it to rise is massive. So I wanted to just tell you guys, hey, that's a coin I'm on. I don't tell anybody to buy anything I buy, but it's early on that. I feel good about it, and I'm in for the long haul. I hope to hold that for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and if it does what it's supposed to do, it'll take care of some things as well. Even if AMC don't squeeze in between now and then, that'll take care of some stuff. So, I'm very optimistic that I've done okay in regards to thinking long term about investments and stuff. And if I get myself into a position to make some real money, I will know exactly where I want to put it as well. So all of that stuff is in the background. But yeah, other than that, I've been in my house. I've been doing my thing. Obviously, because of my money situation, I haven't really wanted to get in the car. My gas tank's on E, so if I'm gonna do anything, I gotta put gas in the car. That's money I don't really have, so the car is kind of sitting. But that's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, the most important thing for me was to just get it back in my possession. And then from there, we can start making decisions on how to make it stick, and not making the same decisions that I made to put me in this position in the first place. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep my insurance going. It's a lot to consider, and that's part of my reality today. So I'm not thinking about that on Christmas Day, but it is always looming. Those real things that I tend to try to stay away from in my own life, try to hide from my real responsibilities at times. I do, just to keep from having to deal with the anxiety of it all. But grown men got to handle what they got to handle. So whether you got a mental block in terms of your confidence of what you can do or not, bill collectors don't care. They're gonna be like, look, you got to come get it. You got to come give us our money. So that's the reality of all humans, and I'm no exception. So that's what it is, man. Just dealing with financial crap, dealing with myself, enjoying my artistic discovery, and staying prayed up. I'm continuing that process of trying to pray a lot, and just keep my mind right. I've been watching a lot of stuff online. I'm not gonna say it's the best quality of stuff, but it does draw inspiration for me. Stuff that just street stuff, finding out what's going on outside, gang stuff like that. It's been really intriguing for the last couple of days. I've been watching a lot of stuff about LA and various places and stuff like that, and it's just, the more I learn, the less I know. This is what I learned about gang politics. The more you know, the more you learn, the less you know. It's one of those situations where all information does, just like with any science, is create more questions. And what I've come to learn in my 37 years of life, plus all this YouTube crap, is that, gang politics is a science with a lot of moving pieces and a lot of stuff. And that's why it's so important that people who are not from it stay out of it. Because it's not just you clicking up with somebody looking real cool, throwing up gang signs and all that nonsense. No, you inherit certain responsibilities, you inherit certain beefs, you inherit certain understandings that maybe you won't get, but you'd better know nevertheless. And if you get locked up, it's a different story inside. And some of the stuff that is allowed on the outside isn't allowed on the inside, and all of these different things. So what I've been gathering is that I made the right decision in staying my black butt out of the streets. That's what I've learned. If nothing else, over these last couple of days of looking up and all this stuff, I've realized that I'm a loner, so I can never be a gangster. You understand what I'm saying? It's real talk. And that doesn't mean I can't stand on what I believe in. That doesn't mean I can't go to this person's neighborhood and be cool with them, or understand the importance of not whatever would be. But at the same time, it's like, you start knowing who you are when you start learning about situations and stuff like that. You start knowing who you're not, and that's what it is for me. I know who I'm not, and a lot about what goes on in these gang politics is stuff that I will never be able to understand or get with, because of my nature as a loner. I'm not gonna want to click with y'all. I'm not gonna want to war with them because we as a collective don't get along with them. I as a collective may not get along with you. And I got a best friend over there, but because we don't get along, politics, I can't be cool with you. Me and you vibe, but we can't vibe. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm too aware of what betrayal is to ever align myself that way. Just keep it cut and dry. Betrayal's too real. Your best man may snitch on you. Your op may be the one who keeps his mouth quiet. Like, who are you banging with for real? And that's the thing, is a lot of times people don't really know who they are aligned with. They just know we represent the same thing. But them over there, they don't even represent what we represent, but they say the same things. They claim the same gang, but they don't even understand the politics over here, and I don't understand the politics over there. So when we go clash with one another, we bang in the same gang, but we don't have the same ideas, and we have war with one another. So who's banging with who? Who aligns with who? I saw some footage of some dude, two dudes. Both of them repping the same gang, but one of them is from Florida and the other one's from LA, and they don't have the same meaning behind what it is that they're saying. It's like mine is this, yours is that. It's the same thing. It's supposed to be the same because of this. It derives from the same place, but we don't know each other. We don't like each other. We don't get along. I don't have the same enemies as you. It's too complicated, man. It's just literally too complex. And so it's like, look, the only thing keeping y'all from getting along is the fact that y'all represent something that people was warring about 30 years ago, that before y'all even was born, those conflicts took place, and now you just carrying that forward because you have to, because that's what it is. It's like, no, that doesn't. We gotta evolve. That's all I'm saying. We gotta evolve. I'm not saying put down everything, but at some point you gotta understand the environment itself is manipulated, and I keep saying that on this camera. It's like, yes, the streets are the streets, but the streets are manipulated by big business. Big business is out here trying to get its toes in the water out there. It's trying to manipulate certain things so it can benefit from it, and gentrify certain neighborhoods. So they're trying to set up certain things so they can clear people out. It's like, if you really understand how big business works, you understand that the streets only have control of what it can control. Unless it can acquire the real estate, it's always going to be behind the 8 ball. And you sitting out here bleeding and dying for something that you cannot own, so that you can continue to do activities that they don't allow, that they throw you in jail for and make money off of you and profit off of you for doing. It's like you're in a trap. You're doing exactly what they want you to do in that trap. And it's like, a lot of people think it's like, it makes sense if we're doing what we got to do. But no, all that's happening is you're being funneled in and out of the prison system. That's it. You're going in and out of the prison system. And every time you go in there, there's a cha-ching. As I always say, every prison inmate is a coin in their piggy bank. And if you view yourself that way, literally with a number on your chest, then you understand why it's important to weigh whatever you think you can gain versus that truth, which is you are in their environment. You are literally inside of their bubble doing exactly what they want you to do. You are running in that rat race. You are running in that hamster wheel. You are in their environment. And that's what I always try to express. So you can stand on what you stand on. You can believe in what you believe in. You can move whatever you can move. But at the end of the day, you are sitting in their environment. So I've always understood that. And that's why I never tried to play those games, because I knew you could play right into their hands no matter which angle you play from. Eventually, you're going to have to pay them. You got to get that money to the man. You're going to have to either represent what it is that he wants you to represent in that prison, which is another coin in his piggy bank, or you're going to be outside and, do whatever they want you to do out there, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not. And that's what I've always understood growing up in Los Angeles. So, yeah, that's what I got to say. Hopefully we can find a way to get some real power and evolve as people. And then from there, we can actually stand on stuff that's substantial, that doesn't stay outside of our control as people. And I think that's what it is, trying to gain financial freedom in ways that don't benefit others, people that don't look like me or benefit anybody that lives in my area. It's a lot of times we're just trying to be so down, and at the end of the day, all you're down for is the environment controller's cause. So that's it. That's what I had to say about that. Got that out of my system. So yeah, man, it's my therapy session. I ain't really had a whole lot to say. It's Christmas Day. Good vibes everywhere. I feel good physically. I haven't worked out like I should, but I'm going to definitely get back to that. And, just take care of myself. Take care of my mental health, most importantly. And I ask you to do the same, man. I ask you to do the same. Take care of yourself. Do whatever you have to do. And don't think twice about that. Because a lot of times, that's what will hurt our mental health, is fighting with ourselves about things that we ain't had no choice about. If you ain't have a choice about it, it's not really much you can do. Now, recognizing whether or not you have a choice is most important. Because a lot of times we give ourselves excuses saying we don't have a choice. You had a choice, you just didn't choose the right one. You just chose something easier. There's a difference. But, when you see all angles and you don't have a choice, there ain't no reason to beat yourself up. So, that's that, man. That's what I got. I don't think there's anything else I want to just spew into this camera. I wish everybody the best. And yeah, that's it. That's what I got. BDF 44, thank you all for watching. I'm out.